Alright, so me and Kyle are pulling a little extra credit tonight. He just got his truck finished, the long travel kit is installed, and I decided I'd do a video on this because I get a ton of questions on it and a ton of people asking me how did I do it, do I have any step-by-step pictures, any videos or whatever, and I don't. So I figured I'll use this as an opportunity to basically show you guys kind of what I came up with on how to install a snorkel on 3-inch bulge fiberglass fenders. So I can kind of show you where we're looking to end up. So these are Mcneil 3-inch bulge fiberglass fenders, and this is a Safari Snorkel. So as you can see here, there's a bit of a gap, and up there on the stock fenders it would sit flush. So I'm going to show you guys how I recessed this snorkel to sit inside and actually line up with this top portion. Alright, so step one of this process is make a template or find a template online for the stock configuration for your model of fender or your model of snorkel for your vehicle. So in this case, 3rd gen Tacoma, this is exactly what it would look like in the box, except for it would be like more of like a cardstock. So basically what we need is some guidelines. The inlet hole and then each bolt location. That's all we really need to get started, and then we'll start basically doing our custom cuts so the snorkel will set inside the fender instead of on top. And I'll show you once we do all this how the fender does not line up at all, and it pretty much looks impossible to make it sit flush, and then that's kind of where we'll start to get to work. So we have all the bolt holes punched out, and then we have the intake hole, and then now we'll try to fit it, show you guys how it doesn't fit at all, sticks out way ridiculous, doesn't even line up. And this at this point is when I was like, fuck, I ate the bones. And then I just had to figure it out because I already basically ruined the fender. Alright, so here's like this weird looking whale thing. So you got the mounting holes for the mounting studs, obviously the intake hole, but this is the section, like I was saying, that you have to cut out to essentially have that snorkel recess in there. Kyle will show you what it looks like. Boom. So it just takes a little patience, a little finesse, but you're essentially just cutting out that extra 3 inches that interfaces with the snorkel that wouldn't be there on a stock fender. So like I said, it's kind of a cut by case scenario. It looks super clean. And then here for this, once it's all snugged up, that gap actually fills in. But before that, you put a rubber trim and it actually snugs that in there so you don't get any sort of noises, rubbing from vibration on the road. It's super clean, super tight. And then we've already made the extended intake tube, and there it is. So it's off to wrap tomorrow, and Kyle's gonna finally have a clean truck. Alright, so it's a few days later. Kyle's already wrapped his fenders. That's all done. And this is the final cuts we needed to recess his snorkel on the 3-inch bulge fiberglass fenders. So it's a weird looking shape, but this is what we've come up with. We got a little edge trimming here, so this is basically going to have a few different functions. One, it looks good, it fills the gap, and it also stops the snorkel from vibrating and rubbing and basically making noise and moving at all. So once the snorkel is tightened into the fender, the trim actually acts as somewhat of a seal. So we'll mount it up and show you guys what the end result is. All right, so there you have it. Fenders are wrapped, snorkel's installed. We even got the trim in here. So like I said before, when I showed you guys in the previous video, you can see a huge gap. Fills in that gap, and then this thing's rock solid. Like, it does not move. So that's the thing, is a lot of people are probably assuming like this thing's gonna flop all around or it's gonna break. The way that these fenders are made, they're actually super resilient. Surprisingly, I thought they were gonna do the same thing, but he doesn't even have a bolt in the A-pillar, so it's literally locked in. So there's just a little bit of piece of vibration foam, so it won't burn through his wrap. But there it is. So I know this wasn't a step-by-step video, but it was just kind of like a this is possible video. Kind of make it your own thing, do it custom, maybe an inspirational video. Are you inspired?
We're done. We're fucking done.
Yeah, Kyle, actually, a little backstory if you don't know who Kyle is, as you do. He actually waited like 4 months for his coilovers for his long travel kit. So he's going to be all over Instagram just for a day, and then he'll go back to normal. I don't care about social media. But he's got a nice truck, and it's done. Hey, Kyle. Remember when we were doing your snorkel video, and you said, we're done. We're fucking done.
We're never done.
So what happened since that video? After you waited 4 months for your coilovers, for your long travel kit, what's up with your truck now?
I blew my diff.
That's right, guys. Kyle's not making it up. This isn't just for the video. He was driving home after work, I think 3 or 4 days after we filmed that video, and he calls me and he's like, dude, it sounds like I ran over a motorcycle on the freeway. I'm pulling over, and he was just like, there's oil all under the truck. It's just pissing oil. And then I'll insert the photo here of what he sent me of what his diff looks like. So all is well. It's being rebuilt, new rear housing, new third member, the whole deal. But it's just insane how much this truck has been through in the last 2 years. And just in the last 6 months, after waiting for coilovers for 4 months, the truck's been wrapped, long travel, fiberglass, new wheels, tires, the whole deal. He's driving, not doing something dumb, not hooning around in the desert or just pushing it too hard because he thinks he has a trophy truck. He's literally in traffic on the 91 and his diff pops. Fully grenades. Like I said, I'm going to put the photo in. I've never seen anything like it on anything but like a meme page. So I guess we can do a video on the whole process of what Kyle's gone through and his experience with who installed the gears. But yeah, it's pretty insane. I feel for him, but it's also hilarious. All right, well, anyhow, thanks for tuning in to the second video. We appreciate the support. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you like the channel, give it a subscribe. See you on the next one.